It's Monday, March 16th. The NCAA brackets are set as of yesterday. Let's dive right into that. I think this year the committee was probably the most accurate, in my opinion anyways, of getting the brackets correct. I think the teams they left out, like leaving out Auburn and OU, I think was right. I think obviously getting in Miami of Ohio with a one loss all season, and they were like questionable to get in. I think that's stupid. I mean, just going through the gauntlet of college basketball schedule to just lose one game, and it doesn't matter who you play, what conference you're in. I get it. They lost one game, and people were still saying, I don't know if they should be in. I don't know. We'll see. I think that's insane. So I think the committee, for the most part, got it right. I think that also the committee is made up of human beings who are not perfect and who may or may not have biases and who may or may not get things right all the time. And that's okay. That's fine. That's how it is. That's how it's always been. And I mean, the whole thing started out originally 16 teams, 32 teams, 64 teams. Now we're at 68 teams. What's the right number? Oh, well, there's 4 other teams that should have been in. Okay, so what? We go to 72 teams? When's it going to stop? It's the same thing with college football. Everyone feels like somebody got left out. Everybody feels like their team should have been in, but they were one of the last 4 out or first 4 out, however they do that. And I think that's wild. I think that's crazy that we expect a group of human beings to get the bracket correct every year in the sense of putting the right teams in. Even the seedings, I get it. Seton Hall shouldn't have been a 5 seed. Maybe they should have been a 7. Look, I get it. But you also have to realize and understand, you have to win anyways. So even if Seton Hall had a better seed, some were even saying maybe they should have been a 4. When some are saying they should have been a 6 or a 7, but they got a 5. Whatever. You still have to win. Doesn't matter who you play. These 68 teams that are left, it's a whole new season. It's a brand new season, and they are now in the midst of preparing for a first round game this week. Brackets come out on Sunday. The real tournament starts Thursday. Obviously, we have the play-in games before that, but Thursday, Friday is technically round 1. And I think the committee probably did the best they've done in several years. I don't know how many years, maybe a decade for that piece of it. I think they got it right. Do I agree 100%? No. But does anybody? Nobody's going to agree 100% that they got it right. So you just have to move on. Get over it. I get it if you're upset that it was your team that got left out. A lot of people think, you should have been in. But they had that 9-game losing streak. And they came back. They started playing really strong towards the end of the season. That's fine. And I'm pretty sure I saw it briefly, but they declined the NIT, and I feel like they did that last year, the year before or something. I don't understand teams declining playing basketball. Like, if I'm a player, I want to keep playing. I don't get that. I don't get how teams decide that they're not going to play in something. It was like, wasn't Notre Dame in football opted out of a bowl game? I don't get that at all. I mean, maybe these players get paid too much and they don't want to risk injury because NIL deals are so high now. Maybe that's why they don't want to play. And also, then again, I mean, if you're not going to be playing for a national championship, why keep playing maybe? I could see that side of it too. But as a player, I would want to keep playing. Even if it's the NIT. Who cares? You're still playing. It's still basketball. Still good competition. And so that's that. But March Madness kicks off this week. How many people are going to call out sick on Thursday and Friday? How many people are going to be watching basketball in their cubicles? It's like, I feel like the first and second round almost should be an optional holiday. Is that even a thing? Is that even possible? Can you have an optional holiday and then maybe not take off another holiday? I mean, I guess that'd be kind of cool if you could choose to do that. Like the day after the Super Bowl, I feel like Monday after the Super Bowl should also be a holiday and maybe choose not to take off another day of the year. I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas out there with holidays. I don't think that's something that's going to happen, but there will be a lot of people not working Thursday and Friday of this week. And even if they are at work, they're going to be working. Let's be real. So March Madness kicks off. I love that. I love this time of year. NBA is wrapping up, coming to an end. There's only like 14, 15 games left for the majority of teams. I think the playoffs are going to be fun. NBA playoffs, I think, are always fun. I think teams compete harder, step up more, and play to the highest potential that they possibly can. Obviously, going through the regular season is a grind. We saw Steve Kerr this week talk about how there should be less games and these guys are playing too much or less time in the games or something. And I don't know. I mean, I never played in the NBA, obviously, but I would like to get NBA players' perspectives on this, especially players that have played in the last however many seasons, maybe the last decade, just what their thoughts are on playing less time, playing less games, maybe, just because we've seen a lot of injuries. And I feel like there's injuries every year, and someone's always getting hurt, obviously. But are we having more major injuries with Achilles and ACLs and that kind of thing? Would it matter? Also, if you cut the season from 82 to 75 games, are guys still going to get hurt? Is it still going to be an issue? I don't know. But the NBA season is coming to an end. I'm excited to see what happens with my Thunder. Obviously, I'm biased. I'm a homer. Being from Oklahoma City, I'm a Thunder fan. Sorry. I know free throw merchant, SGA, and all that nonsense too, which is hilarious. But whatever. And SGA, speaking of, broke Wilt Chamberlain's record for most consecutive games of scoring 20 or more points, which that streak almost came to an end yesterday. I was watching against the Timberwolves. I've caught the fourth quarter, and SGA had 12 points with like 6 minutes left or 7 minutes left, and he ended up with 20. So, and the win, which is way more important. And he said that. But obviously, if you've got a player who's going to have a streak like that, they're going to win a lot of games when your best player is scoring over 20 points a game every game he's playing. You're bound to win the majority of your games. So those go hand in hand. But I am curious about the Lakers. And if you know me, if you've listened to this, I've never been a huge Lakers fan. I mean, I'm just a fan of good basketball, and I don't know if it's the Lakers or if it's a LeBron thing, because I will always say MJ is the best player ever, no matter what. It doesn't matter. I will never have my mind changed on that. Best NBA player ever was Michael Jordan. But the Lakers are playing really good right now without LeBron. And they started the season really good without LeBron. LeBron came back. They had hiccups. Maybe they figured it out because he was out for so long. They were playing okay. Now he's been out a few games. The Lakers look really good without LeBron. I'm not going to go and say that for sure the Lakers are better without LeBron, but it appears that way, that the Lakers are playing better without LeBron on the floor. When you've got Austin Reeves and Luka doing their thing, that team looks really, really good and kind of scary. And I'll say if LeBron comes back for the playoffs, I'm not worried about the Lakers. And it's not even a LeBron thing. He's 41 years old. And maybe that's it. Maybe they're resting him for the playoffs to get ready for the playoffs. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I'm just throwing out a bunch of ideas and conspiracy theories, you could say. but I just don't see the Lakers winning a championship if LeBron is on the floor in the playoffs. You can call me a LeBron hater, whatever, but I'm just going off of the eye test. Like you have to admit, the Lakers look better, and they have looked better this season when Luke and Reeves have been running the show and LeBron has been out due to injury. The Lakers have looked better. That I don't think that's an argument to have. Like I think if you take off your Lakers shaded sunglasses, if you're a Lakers fan, you would see that. You kind of have to agree with that. But on the other side of it, I think it's amazing that LeBron is 41 years old, and when he's playing, he's still doing what he does and putting up over 20 points a game and 10 boards, 10 assists. I mean, not consistently having a triple-double every game, but close to those numbers. When he's in at 41 years old playing against these guys, playing against 25-year-olds, that's impressive. Super impressive. Like the guy or not, as a player, I mean, obviously, I don't know him as a human being. Like, I'm not basing it off that at all. I'm just saying as a basketball player, yes, one of the top 5 greatest basketball players of all time. The fact what he's doing at 41 is ridiculous, and I'm jealous just because of how healthy he's somewhat been. I mean, obviously, you're 41 years old playing in the NBA at this grind. You're going to have injuries. You're going to get hurt. But I will also say it was kind of funny that, like the old man thing, there were a few games ago that he was out due to arthritis in his foot. I mean, come on. You're an NBA player and you're sitting out because of arthritis in your foot. That tells you everything you need to know about the age thing. But I digress. It's great for the NBA that LeBron's been in the NBA for so long, that he's broken these scoring records. I think it's great. And speaking of scoring records, Bam having 83 points the other day. Everybody I've seen on both sides of this oh, it's bad for the game. It's bad for the NBA. No, it's awesome. If you score 83 points in an NBA game, that's awesome. I don't care who you are. I don't care. And that's the other crazy thing. It's not like he's a crazy good all-star player like SGA or Luka or LeBron or whoever else, Giannis or whatever. I mean, it's Bam. He's good. He's decent. He's been good. But he scored 83 points in an NBA game. Doesn't matter who you are. That's impressive. You have to applaud that. I know it was against the Wizards, who are supposed to be tanking. Horrible defense, whatever. You're still scoring 83 points in an NBA game against other NBA players. I get it. He shot 43 free throws, which that's a lot. That's a lot. And also, if there was ever a game where SGA shot 43 free throws, can you imagine the uproar? All the keyboard warriors on Twitter, the sports media, if SGA shot 43 free throws in a game. And he doesn't even lead the league in shooting free throws, but for some reason, he's become the poster child of free throws, of the free throw merchant. Does he draw fouls that maybe aren't fouls? Yeah. Is he foul baiting? Sure. Who doesn't? He's not the only player that's foul baiting. I get it. It's annoying. Maybe, is it annoying because he's in a small market? Is it annoying because they won the championship and in a small market and whatever? But he's not shooting, like he's not even in the top 5 players. I don't even know top 10, but for sure he's not in the top 5 players to shoot free throw attempts this season. But for some reason, he's become the poster child of this whole thing of foul baiting and whatever. I get it, I guess. I just don't see everybody's problem and why does everyone have an issue with this all of a sudden? When all the greats foul bait, all the greats push off. Like if you saw the Lakers game the other night, Luka pushed off big time to get that basket against the Nuggets. So I don't know what it is. People are jealous of Oklahoma City being a small franchise that's really good, have the best GM in the league, the MVP, which he should win the MVP again this year. He should. I can see, Jokic obviously up there, but SGA is going to win the MVP again, and people are going to be in an uproar again. Some things just aren't worth it. Some things aren't worth arguing about. It's the same thing with politics. There's so many things that just aren't worth the argument. And if it's this with SGA, it's just not worth it to me. I don't care. My son plays basketball, and a dad came up to me. He's a Warriors fan, which is fine. I love Steph Curry. But he told me that SGA is ruining the game of basketball and ruining it for all these kids that are playing basketball, all these youth kids that are playing youth basketball, that SGA is ruining it because of the way he plays and his style. You don't think Steph Curry has ruined youth basketball when you've got third graders trying to shoot three-pointers and they can't even get it to the rim? But SGA is the one ruining basketball? Come on. Get out of here. I'm sorry. That's just hilarious to me. If you want to blame SGA, you've got to blame Steph Curry too. Because third graders shooting three-pointers that should not even be shooting three-pointers. But they're going to because Steph Curry does it. Whatever. That's a whole other argument, a whole other discussion I could have. I wish I had somebody else here to discuss this with. That would be amazing. But I just think it's funny. Whatever. If you think SGA is ruining basketball, then good. That's hilarious to me. If anything, I think SGA has gotten more fans and more people to enjoy basketball and to watch basketball when you've got smaller market teams that are playing really good. Not great for ratings. I'm sure Adam Silver was not pleased last year when it was the Thunder versus the Pacers in the NBA Finals. Okay, great, whatever. I get it. And the NBA is a business because there's a lot of decisions they make that just are super stupid to me. But there's no way that Silver was happy with two small market teams either. And SGA, whoever, whatever, he's Canadian. Has he gotten more Canadians to watch basketball? Probably. That's good for the game. Has he gotten more kids to play? Have more kids decided to play basketball in Oklahoma City and the surrounding area and the whole state of Oklahoma because of SGA? Probably. So I would say overall is probably good for youth basketball, not the other way. Sorry, that would get off my soapbox, but that's how I feel about that. I'd love to discuss this with another human on here. Could be fun. But that's really it with sports. We got NBA wrapping up. We got March Madness, MLB starting March 26th is first pitch for the Major League season will be March 20th. I don't watch a lot of regular season baseball games, but again, playoffs are always fun. So we'll see what happens this year. Will the Dodgers three-peat? Is that possible? Sure, it's possible. We'll see what happens. I mean, it's easy to win when you have the largest payroll. You're going to get the best players because you can pay the most money. And your players live in LA by the beach where the weather is perfect 90% of the year. It's not hard to get people to come play in California when you have the money. Because I think the Angels and the Padres would also be unbelievable if they had the same payroll as the Dodgers. Just because of location, for one thing. But when you've got that kind of money, it's easier to win. And we'll see. I think a three-peat is really hard. So, I mean, living in California, it's fun to watch the Dodgers. I love the Dodgers-Padres when they play each other in the playoffs and just regular season. It's fun banter back and forth between LA and San Diego. But I don't think that the Dodgers will three-peat just because I think that's so hard to do. So hard to do. NFL, not a lot going on. There's been a lot of trades and free agency stuff, but nothing huge, right? But we have a lot going on in sports right now. I'm excited. A lot of basketball. Golf's underway, obviously. Players Championship, Cameron Young. If you watch golf at all, It was fun seeing Cameron Young kind of come out of nowhere the last couple days to win. The birdie he had on 16, 17. He had a really long birdie to put him in contention. And then on the 18th, Matt Fitzpatrick hit into the wood chips, had trouble getting out of there. Cameron Young hit his drive 375 yards on the 18th hole to set up that win. So pretty fun. Good for him. Not sure what's happening with Scotty Scheffler. Just going through a slump, and that's fine. Everybody does it. But it's hard to dominate for so long. I mean, he still does have a ton of consecutive cuts that he's made. So he's still doing all right. Doing all right. Just a little bump in the road. He'll figure it out. Some are saying it's because he switched his driver. He's got a different driver. Maybe, I don't know. So, but Oberg, man, I thought Oberg was going to just dominate. He was cruising. And then back-to-back holes into the drink. It's not great. That set him back. He went from -13 to -10 after 2 holes. He was leading. Tough to see, but he's young and he'll be around forever. As long as he's playing, he'll be a top finisher in all the tournaments. So, a lot of sports going on. I love talking sports. I'm going to get on here a lot more now that life's kind of gotten me to the point where I can do this more and more every day. Because this is what I want to do. I want to talk sports. Someone asked me the other day, if you could do anything, what would it be? I would talk sports for 10 hours a day. If I was like able to do that. Like, I mean, obviously I sit here and I talk sports for free for however long. But I love just talking sports with people and my friends. Coming from Oklahoma, there's a lot of college football and college basketball that we talk, and it's fun to discuss and debate. Especially, I'm an Oklahoma State guy, but the majority of my friends in my friend group are Oklahoma Sooner guys. That's fine. They're still good people. But it's fun to debate and talk that. But I'm hoping to be on here a lot more, hoping to discuss more sports stuff, maybe get a little more in depth on stuff. Would be fun. Like, for instance, PGA, these guys getting injured, their backs. Rory, Morikawa had to withdraw. These are all TGL guys. So, I don't know, just something to think about. Why are they getting injured? But that's something I saw out there. Not sure, though, what the difference would be, because they're still hitting off grass and out of sand and that kind of thing. It's interesting, though. It's very interesting. That's all I got for sports. If you've listened to this show, I've done this show now for a very long time off and on, but there was a time where I like to talk sports, that I like to talk about what's happening in the day, what's happening this week with sports. But then I also like to talk life. And there are some things in life that relate to sports that I like to talk about. One thing that cracked me up this weekend, I was at my daughter's soccer game, and so we have this rule in our house, and I don't know, it's whatever, it's just our rule. Everyone's household's different, I get it, but our kids can play one sport each season. We're not the family that we're going to be playing 2 or 3 sports in a season. So right now, my daughter's playing soccer, my son's playing basketball. That's what they're going to do right now. We're not the family that we're going to be doing baseball, football, basketball, or soccer, volleyball, softball, whatever in the same season. It's a nightmare. Every parent that I talk to that their family does this, when I see them on Saturdays, they're just complaining. Oh, we got to go to this. We got to go to this sport. We got to go to this sport. I'm like, yeah, that's on you. That's on you. You signed your kids up to play all these sports. Don't complain about it. That's all I'm saying. Don't complain about it if you signed your kids up to play 3 different sports in the same season. That's on you. But I'm just saying, to make life a little easier, just have your kids play 1 sport a season. Why do you got to cram it in so much and do so many sports at one time? And I don't feel like it's always been like this. I mean, when I was a kid, like now, you can play sports season all year round. Like, my son is playing spring basketball. We just came out of winter, had 2 or 3 weeks off, goes into spring. He could play summer basketball if he wants. He could play fall. I get it. It's year round. When I was a kid in the 80s, 90s, I know back in my day, basketball went in the winter. You played basketball in the winter. Sure, you did camps and that kind of thing in the summer or whatever, but basketball was like end of October through February or whatever. Like, that was it. That was basketball. Then you went into baseball or soccer. And soccer in the fall too, but baseball season really was in the spring. Then I played baseball. And then you get back around football. Football starts in August. It ends, at least when I was growing up, it ended in November, October. So you did have some overlap if you were playing 2 sports. That could happen. But for the most part, it was like 1 sport a season. And that's all I'm saying with this whole thing. Like, if you sign your kid up to play multiple sports in a 3-month span, I don't think you should be complaining about it. Do you have the right to complain? Sure. Whatever. You can do whatever you want. But should you complain? Probably not. Because you did it. You put yourself in this mess. And so I will say, when it comes to youth sports, that's the one thing that's really kept our sanity. And we only have 2 kids. There's some people who have 3 or 4 kids and they're doing this. And I don't know how they afford it, for one thing. And I just don't know how you have time for anything else. And for other things in life. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm in the wrong. Maybe my kid should be playing multiple sports every season. I don't know. But I know I have my sanity, and I know I'm not complaining every Friday night or Saturday morning when I see these parents that have to go from soccer to softball to softball. Now that's Saturday, and then it's like, oh, and then we have another softball game Sunday, and whatever. To each their own. I also get that, and that's fine. But I'm just saying, if you want to make things a little easier for your family, if you have kids playing sports, just sign them up for 1 sport a season. They're not going to miss out. They're not missing out on anything. You might think they are, but they're not.